Today we're stepping into the fog again, but not the one that you're used to. This isn't your rust-covered town with creaky hospitals and chain-link fences. This is Silent Hill like you've never seen it before, and honestly, I'm not too sure how I feel about it, if I like it or not. Now, Silent Hill F is the first mainline entry in over 2 decades, and instead of trying to retread old ground, Konami's doing something that feels bold, strange, and, well, strangely beautiful. They've ripped the series from its familiar Western roots and transplanted it straight into 1960s Japan. It takes place in a sleepy town infected by something off, something grotesque, something floral, something just, straight up wrong. We're talking about a horror game that doesn't just try to scare you, it tries to crawl under your skin. A game where the writer of Higurashi is crafting the story, a game that's taking combat in a Souls-like direction, a game with 5 endings, bizarre secrets, and even a classic Silent Hill UFO ending. And yes, people are divided. Some fans are hyped, some are hesitant, and others are just straight up confused about what Silent Hill F is trying to be. So today, we're unpacking it all. I'm going to walk through everything we know so far about Silent Hill F, the gameplay, the story setup, the combat system, and what makes it different from everything before, and why it might just be the best decision Konami's made in years, or it simply could just suck, and it's not good at all. So, let's dive in. Let's start with the big picture here. If you're a fan of Silent Hill, you already know the franchise had been in a pretty rough place for a while. We had canceled projects like Silent Hills, a handful of underwhelming spin-offs, and a long, foggy road of uncertainty about whether Konami even cared about the series anymore. And then, of course, 2024 happened. Bloober Team's Silent Hill 2 remake finally dropped, and it brought that slow burn psychological horror back into the spotlight. And now, was it perfect? Of course not, but it reminded everyone of the magic this franchise could still offer. It was a love letter to longtime fans and a warm invite to new ones. So when Konami followed it up with the announcement that Silent Hill F would be the first brand new mainline Silent Hill game in over 20 years, that got the community buzzing like crazy, including myself. And now, one of the most immediately striking things about Silent Hill F is that it's moving far, far away from the American, rust-covered, Midwestern fog towns we've come to associate with the series. Instead, it's specifically going to the 1960s rural Japan. And now, visually and thematically, this shift is huge. We're trading in run-down diners and ghostly apartment blocks for mossy temples, decaying schoolhouses, and cherry blossoms twisted by something far more sinister. And you play as Hanako Shimizu, a high school student who finds herself navigating a deeply personal nightmare, a slow, creeping horror that takes root not just in the environment, but in her very body and mind. There's a fungal motif that's been teased, flowers blooming grotesquely from flesh, spreading infection, death, and beauty all at once. It's as haunting as it's gorgeous, and it's a clear sign that Silent Hill F is embracing new cultural and psychological horror influences in a way that feels truly fresh. And now we've got to talk about the writer behind all of this, Ryukisi07. Now, if that name rings a bell, it's probably because of his work on Higurashi When They Cry, a visual novel series that specializes in psychological breakdowns, unreliable perspectives, and gruesome atmospheric storytelling. Bringing Ryukisi07 on board shows us that Konami isn't just slapping together a spooky story, they're building something with layers. Silent Hill F isn't just meant to scare you, it wants to mess with your mind, make you question reality, and leave you haunted in the best way possible. And now, according to recent interviews, Ryukisi07 and the team crafted 5 different endings, but here's the twist. Every player will experience the same first ending on their first playthrough. That's because the team wanted the first run to feel like a guided, intentional experience. A narrative that hits with impact, then opens up on replays to let you explore deeper truths and alternative perspectives. And yes, of course, there's even a UFO ending tucked away in there, keeping with the series' long-running tradition of absurd Easter eggs. And I just want to take a pause here because I personally like this idea. Look, I think having multiple endings is great, but I want to be able to experience the game just like everybody else for the first time. So, this game will have a traditional ending. So Silent Hill F, if you play it, this will happen. But of course, if you want to replay it and continue to play more times, depending on if you want to or not, there are plenty of other endings to choose from and different options. And I like that. I like that idea. I don't know if others do. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. But now, speaking of replayability, Silent Hill F isn't pulling any punches here. There's a full New Game Plus mode included, and it's not just some minor stat boost. We're talking altered boss fights, expanded exploration areas, and brand new story moments through exclusive cinematic sequences. It's the kind of stuff that really encourages you to dive back in, reevaluate your choices, and piece together new layers of the narrative puzzle. And it's also a smart move. The replay value is key for horror games, especially ones trying to make an emotional and psychological impact. And let's be honest here, if Konami nails this, Silent Hill F could be one of the most replayable entries in the entire franchise, right up there with Silent Hill 2 and 3. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But okay, so let's pull back the curtain a little bit and let's dive into where things are getting a little wishy-washy. And that big conversation lately is around the combat. Now, Silent Hill F isn't going full action game, but it's definitely leaning harder into melee-focused, stamina-based combat. And according to hands-on previews, the devs at Neobards have introduced mechanics that feel, I mean, honestly, it really looks like a Souls-like game. I mean, let's be real. You've got a stamina bar, light and heavy attacks, dodging, counterattacks, and timing windows. And yes, some enemies will absolutely punish you if you don't get that rhythm down. And now, personally, I love the idea of shaking things up, but I won't lie, some of the early feedback has been a little mixed. Previewers pointed out that your stamina can drain fast and that Hanaku takes a moment to recover before she can act again, which can lead to a lot of frustrating moments during multi-hit boss attacks. And then there's the weapon degradation system. So yeah, weapons break over time, pipes, knives, bats, they'll all eventually fall apart. And while you can find repair kits, you'll often be scavenging for replacements. And now, to their credit, the devs have included difficulty settings, so not everyone has to suffer through Soulsborne levels of challenge if that's not your thing. AKA this guy, I absolutely hate Souls games. I am terrible at it. I know I'm a bad gamer. I know Elden Ring is like one of the best games ever made, but my God, I can't even get past the first boss, dude. So yeah, not my thing. But okay, so why the action-heavy focus? Well, Konami's team, including producer Motoi Akamoto and game director Al Yang, recently spoke about the reasoning. According to them, they wanted Silent Hill F to stand on its own, not just be another clone of the Silent Hill 2 remake. Akamoto explained that while psychological horror and puzzles are still a core part of the game, they also wanted the combat to appeal to a younger audience, one that expects engaging gameplay and more dynamic action moments. And now director Al Yang doubled down on that idea, saying that they didn't want to keep leaning on the same formulas from past games. They wanted to innovate, to give the franchise new life, rather than keep chasing nostalgia. And honestly, I get it. If it's done right, this combat system could complement the horror rather than detract from it. But it's definitely walking a fine line, and a lot is going to depend on how balanced and rewarding that system feels once we have the full game in hand. But all right, so where do we go from here? Well, make sure to mark down August 19th on your calendar, because Silent Hill F will be featured at Gamescom with a brand new trailer. That's when we'll get our best look yet at gameplay, story beats, and maybe even some of the new horrors awaiting for us in the spooky town that we are going to enter into. And shortly after that, on September 25th, the game officially launches. So we're just weeks away from experiencing this next chapter in the Silent Hill universe for ourselves. So to wrap this up, how am I feeling about all of this? Honestly, I'm cautiously excited. The setting, the writer, the story structure, all that has me incredibly intrigued. Moving this series to Japan is one of the boldest and smartest things Konami could have done. But I do have concerns about the combat. Not because it's different, but because different doesn't always mean better. If it serves the horror and atmosphere, then great, that's awesome. But if it ends up pulling us out of the experience with clunky mechanics, then that could be a huge red flag. But still, I respect the fact that Konami is finally trying to evolve Silent Hill, not just reanimate it. And Silent Hill F has the potential to be a defining moment for the franchise. Whether it sticks to landing remains to be seen, but you better believe that I'm at least going to be trying it. I don't know if it's going to be day one, but definitely within the first couple weeks, just to see what it's all about. And so now, to point it to you guys, I would like to know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about all this information that we shared? Are you excited about Silent Hill F? Are you cautiously optimistic like I am? Do you like the combat? Do you not like the combat? Do you like it being in Japan? not like it? Do you wish it was going back into the Western American side of things? Let me know down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, as I will continue to be bringing more gaming news videos just like this one. Until next time.